Hi guys, so today we're looking at Section A, Lesson 6, Fractions Part 1. So let's begin. So today's agenda. So first of all, we're going to look at what is a fraction. Next, we're going to look at cancelling down fractions. Next, we're going to look at mixed numbers. Then we're going to look at multiplying fractions. Then we're going to look at dividing fractions. So yeah, let's begin. So we're going to look at what is a fraction first. So what is a fraction? A fraction is a numerical quantity that is not a whole number. So you can also have, you can't write whole numbers as a fraction, but mainly we don't, you could, so for example, 1 can be written as 1 over 1, 2 can be written as 2 over 2, but generally you just write that as 2. So here's some examples here. We've got 4 sevenths, and on the picture you can see that 4 is called the numerator, the top number is the numerator, and the bottom number is the denominator, so that's 7. So then on the next picture, you should see 3/4 and 9/12. It says we are all equal here because because both those fractions are equal to the same thing. And we'll look at that when you're cancelling down fractions. Then we've got 1/2. So some examples of fractions. So cancelling down fractions. To cancel down or simplify a fraction, you must divide the top and bottom numbers by the same number. So here's an example. Try it yourself. Pause the video. Have a go. Remember that you need to divide the top and bottom numbers by the same number. And then you have to get them down to prime numbers or until they can't both be divided by the same number. All right. Okay, so let's have a look. So what we do here is we divide the top and bottom by 2, and then we get 3/4. And that is the lowest we can divide them by down. So I hope you got that, and well done if you did. Mixed numbers. Mixed number is a number that contains a whole number and a fraction. Examples. So we've got some examples here. We've got 3 and 3/4. We've got 1 and 1/2. We've got 2 and 2/8. And we've got 2 and 1/4. Just ignore all the working on there. Just see what a mixed number is. It's a number that's got a whole number and a fraction together. Okay. What you can also do is write these as improper fractions by timesing you can multiply the whole number by the denominator, then add that to the top. So for the example, for the first one, we've got 3 and 3/4. So we do 3 times 4, gives us 12. So then we add that to the 3, that gives us 15 over 4. So 3 and 3/4 is the same thing as 15 over 4. And so let's try one more, 1 and 1/2. So 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1. So that gives us 3 over 2. So 3/2. So multiplying fractions. To multiply fractions, you multiply the top and bottom separately. It's quite simple. You can also just have a go at this example real quick. Okay, so try this yourself. Find 2/3 times 3/4. Pause the video now, have a go, and then I'll go through it with you. All right, so what happens here is we times the top and bottoms together. So 2 times 3, and then we've got 3 times 4 on the bottom. So then that works out to be 6 divided by 12, and then that works out to be 1/2. There is a simpler version a simpler way you can do this, and this is quite a handy trick to know. You can see that on one fraction, well, we can think of it like this actually. So once we've made it as one fraction, if we've got any numbers on the top or bottom, we can just get rid of them. So we've got 1 3 on the top and 1 3 on the bottom, so we can just get rid of them. So then we'll just have 2 over 4, and that just simplifies to 1/2 as well, which is the right answer. We could do this another way actually. So let's just keep the 3's this time, but we could do the 2 and the 4 first, so we can do 1 and 2. So then we've got 1 times 3 on the top and 3 times 2 on the bottom, which gives us 3/6, which works out to be 1/2. So it's the same way either way. All right, so now we're going to look at dividing fractions. To divide a fraction by another fraction, flip the second fraction over and then multiply them. So all you have to do for dividing is turn over the second fraction and then multiply them. So it's pretty much the same thing as multiplying, but you just flip the second fraction. So here's an example for you. Have a go. Pause the video and then I'll go through it with you. So find 7. So these are two improper fractions here, because yeah, they're improper fractions. So we've got 7/3 divided by 7/2. Okay, right. So good luck, and I'll go through it now. So what you do here is we flip the second fraction and then multiply them. So what we're going to have is 7/3 times 2/7 because we're flipping the second one. So then as soon as we've multiplied them, we can follow the same procedure as before. So we can multiply the tops and multiply the bottoms. So we've got 7 times 2, 3 times 7. So you could either just do that out and then get 14 on the top and then get 21 on the bottom. Or we've got a 7 on the top and a 7 on the bottom, so you can just cancel them out. That'll leave us 2/3. Well done if you got that. So thanks for watching this video. I hope this was helpful. Fractions part 2 will be out soon, in which we'll be looking at to add and subtract fractions. If you enjoyed this video and it was helpful, please like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.